Ava, you must learn to control him.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you, Ava.
Yeah! Do you bite the hand that feeds you? Will you stay down on your knees? Will you fight the time that controls you? Will you stay down on your knees? Alright, what does this do? Controls this giant electromagnet which is on and pulsing. Can we get that away from me? I'm sure those electromagnetic rays are probably bad for whatever chip is controlling my brain. Let's just shut it off for now. Are we going to be like Bender, and when we're subject to a magnet, we just start singing Jimmy Cracked Corn? What is this thing? A giant weight. So there's going to be a laser cutter that drops that and makes a way for us to crop. Yep, there's the laser cutter itself. So we got to get power to the laser. That's our goal. Got it. All power to the lasers. What are these things, though? Not sure. Alright, well, this one is, I think, fairly straightforward. We're going to turn Tom into Jimmy Cracked Corn. Power up the old magnet here. Grab this. Pick up the Tom unit. Drive his dumb ass over here. Then we shut that off. Put the power in Tom. Tom, it's Captain Planet and the Planeteers, buddy. The power is yours. No, seriously, though, I really want the power to be yours, Tom. Why will you not take the power? You have a chance to save the environment here. The power is fucking yours, Tom. Take the goddamn power. Don't be like Mati. Nobody wants to be like Mati. Nobody wants to be that poor son of a bitchin' kid. You got a raw end of the deal. Nobody wants their power to be heart. Ooh, we have the power of heart. Really? Could I not fucking maybe throw fire or have absolute control over all water? Maybe rip a man's, water from his molecules and destroy him. Or immolate him with fire or just crush him with a big rock. Nope, what power do I have? Fucking heart. Can't fly amongst the winds of heavens or any of that shit. This game doesn't seem to be particularly fun or engaging. Why finish it? I don't know, same reason men climb mountains, because it's there. Why not finish it? Also, you're forgetting, you're talking to a man who has a proclivity for enjoying bad media.
It has been programmed by a messy biological process that favors the survival of the individual over the survival of the group.
Really, Tom, that's your stance on evolution, is that it favors the survival of the individual over the survival of the group.
So you know nothing.
I'm pretty sure you maybe better go revisit your On the Origin of the Species, because Darwin wasn't particularly gifted scientifically. He just sort of stumbled onto something and is like, oh, this seems like it tends to be correct. And still, Tom, he would fucking compared to Darwin, you're getting like a D on this test. Oh, evolution favors the success of the individual over... No, you've got it all entirely 180 degrees, Tom. Entirely 180 degrees. You literally couldn't be more wrong. I don't know, I guess you could have said, does evolution favor the existence of the individual or the species? And I suppose you could have answered fudge. That would have been more wrong. But that's pretty much the only way you could have been more wrong, is if you had answered fudge. So what is this, some kind of grinder? I'm guessing that makes a pathway for us to walk across the top. Which means we don't necessarily need that now, but we might need the power P. Okay, what does this do? That does nothing discernible. Okay. Well, I mean, let's put a weight on it, because while it's down here, it seems like the appropriate thing to do. Also, can we pull this out? No, this is a shoot only. And that's just a vacant bead. That one is not providing power or access to anything. Okay, so if we power this... wait, is that powered? That is powered. What if we take its power? What does that get us? Gets us a bridge. Okay, got it. Put the power back in, then we go across. Breaking this beam drops this. So we're going to need... We're going to need that brick is actually what we're going to need. Yep. Need you. Got this up here. Bring my bridge back. Need this again. Just going to set that down. Put the power back in over here. Okay, sorted. Got that taken care of. Then we just steal that back. And we're lifted up. Then we just put this in here. Is this it? Really? This is the whole puzzle, huh? Alright. I mean, sure. That was less than challenging.
We have to save the crew. Life has worth. They deserve a life outside of this planet.
Okay, now see on this one, Anna, this is where you're wrong, actually.
Attaches itself to a growing child. Do you know what happens when this organism attaches itself to a cancerous cell? No, you do not. You are naive. You propose saving the crew as if it resembles a rational thought. Your words are emotional platitudes rooted in selfishness, self-preservation, and fear.
How is trying to help her friends live self-preservation, Tom? This guy's all over the map. His motivations aren't even, like, internally consistent. Tom is self-contradictory. Also, I had a big objection to something he said at the opening, and I got so stymied by the fact that he's gone a full 180 on his own fucking goal that I forgot what it was. I got distracted by the self-preservation thing. I kind of want to walk back into this room, actually, to get that dialogue beat again. But you know what? No. I sort of have... I think I'm developing the perfect analogy for what it is to play this game. There's a fantastic book by a guy named Robert Sawyer called Calculating God. And what it is, it's basically... It's a treatise on the argument... or a argument, rather, for the validity of intelligent design. But it's a fiction book, and it doesn't really ever approach the concept of intelligent design specifically. It just tells a story about a man who's dying of cancer. But while doing that, it also introduces a lot of the philosophy behind and some of the arguments for the idea that the universe had an intelligent designer. It is an amazingly well-crafted work. It's fantastic. Because what it's about isn't actually what it's about. It introduces the idea of a thing, but also that's not really what the main thrust of the narrative is about. It makes you think about intelligent design and the arguments presented subtly therein in the text. You'd be like, oh, you know, things like the gravitational constant of the universe. If you change that even slightly, you never get a universe where thinking or living creatures can evolve. And there are many, many things like that in the universe. There are many fundamental physical constants, and I mean, when I say physical constants, I mean like in the realm of physics. But there are many fundamental physical constants that have to have a very narrow gauge of values in order for you to get a universe where intelligent life can evolve. And it sort of, in aggregate, tends to, by Occam's razor, suggest that maybe there was an intelligent designer in the universe. And that's what Robert Sawyer's book sort of, that's the main thrust of it, is the teleological argument, if you look at it on a universal scale, holds maybe some weight. But that's absolutely not what the story is about at all. Again, the story is just about a man who's dying of cancer. That's what the story is actually about. And that's the proper way to approach the subjects that this game is trying to approach. You don't fucking just beat my face in with the whole Turing Test thing. You have to have a story that introduces those elements, but is in and of itself sensical, logical. A follows B, follows C, follows D, follows, you know, or rather B follows A, follows C, follows B. You get it anyway. I messed up the alphabet because I did it backwards, but I'm trying to do this and focus on a game at the same time, so my narrative and deconstructive analysis of this is maybe a little off. But that's what the Turing Test is lacking. This is the chunk that's lacking. It does not have the narrative power to pull this off. The story they're trying to do to introduce these Turing Test arguments about what it means to be a thinking and logical being, whether free will exists, all of these elements that they're really trying to get, it's the difference between having someone subtly give you a piece of literature and say, hey, read this and tell me what you think, or having, okay, here's the difference. This game is to Robert Sawyer's Calculating God, which I think is this sort of thing done properly. It's the difference between that book, which is a fantastic and well-written and subtle piece of art, and this game, which is somebody's Reddit manifesto scrawled onto a piece of paper in crayon and rolled up and then crammed down your throat like fucking Ash on Ripley in Aliens. This game is the rolled up magazine that Ian Holm tried to use to strangle Sigourney Weaver in that movie. That's the difference. Calculating God is art. This is a ham-fisted attempt at art. That's basically the equivalent of a child's crayon drawing. And I don't want to beat up on it because what have I ever made? I'm an idiot who plays video games on the internet in his spare time. I'm not creative or anything like that either. I'm not saying I could do better. But also, that being said, you know, you don't have to be a world-class chef to say that a meal tastes like shit either. I mean, I can be like, no, this meal tastes bad. I don't have to have gone to Le Cordon Bleu Culinary Academy to go, no, this tastes like the inside of a donkey's asshole. Not that I've ever tasted the inside of a donkey's asshole, but also not that I haven't tasted the inside of a donkey's asshole. You don't know me, chat. Don't judge me. You don't know where I've been. You don't know the things I've seen and done. You don't know how many donkey assholes I've licked. I'm guessing we gotta take this cube with us, probably. Also, how did I get up there in the first place? Because now I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got into the real... I really got into the whole deconstructive analysis there. Probably too heavily, honestly. Can we cram this in there? Yeah, let's just do that. We still have a spare bead of power. Good. Well, I would say spare, but it looks like it's going to wind up going in there, ultimately. I mean, we need that other one, too. Or we need some manner of power. We can't get... Well, I was going to say we could just take that with us, but we actually know that won't work. Can we get over there somehow? What's down here? Same way back. Oh, well, no, there's one of these. Okay. Intriguing. Is there any way other than this to get back across there? The answer is absolutely not. All right. So this has to stay here for the moment. Let's come back over here. I mean, that has to be there. That's a given certainty. We pull this out, though. It does bring the thing back? No. How do we get that thing to come back over here? We need power in that to bring the thing down. We also can't get on the thing unless that door is open. Admittedly, at a bit of a loss here. But it's fine. We'll get to it. Rick's asshole is the delicacy in the salt mines. Well, I mean, I don't want to gainsay you, but you're not necessarily wrong, Chad. If we shoot that thing in there, does it stay powered if we pull it out? I don't remember. I actually don't remember how the game mechanic works. Now, as soon as we pull it out, it goes away. Is there any way for us to get back? Now, once we've come over here, literally the only way out... No, that's... Okay, that is in fact the only way out. Okay. So we're going to need this back then. Wait, what did that change? And also, what's up here? So if this door is closed, we can still make it back. So what... Ah, gotcha. Okay. Now I'm on board. I got it now. Okay, we do this. Come down here. Steal that. No, we can't steal that back. We need a way to get that one to go in and out while we aren't there. We need the orange one. That's what it is. Okay, that's it. We need the orange one. Let's just go get the orange one. Okay. Got it. We got to take this with us, though. This has got to power the bridge while we go steal the orange one. Sorted. It took me way longer to figure that out than it should have. I feel a little bit ashamed of myself. Although, where are we going to stick this while we have the orange one? Oh, we'll just stick it over there. Now we're good. Alright, so we're going to take this. Grab this. Wait for the power to fade. It'll haul us all the way back. Do I read much nonfiction? Yeah, you know, I read some nonfiction. I wouldn't say I read a lot of nonfiction, but yeah, some. I think the last nonfiction book I read was called the non-local universe. It's about quantum entanglement, strange action, spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it. It's pretty good. But do I read a lot of nonfiction? No, I would say I probably read between 5 and 8 times more nonfiction, or fiction than nonfiction.
Compared with the survival of humanity as we know it.
Tom, survival of humanity has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on with this planet. Also, your entire argument for this god organism being the destruction of humanity is in itself fundamentally flawed. The railroad plot device that they're using for us, the railroad train that's driving us to our destination, it doesn't even, the locomotive doesn't even work. None of this story makes any fucking kind of, there's no internally consistent logical reasoning behind any of the story elements. It's just like they just said, ah, fuck it, here's a MacGuffin, do the thing. It's very specious. I don't know. Yeah, I guess specious is an appropriate word in that it has the appearance of truth without actually being truth. So what does this do? I'd be happier if it was just a flat-out MacGuffin, honestly. If they just said, here's a plot coupon, go fucking cash in the coupon. I'd be much happier than with this. It's like they didn't know when to hand-wave it. They came George Lucas. They gave us the George Lucas maneuver. That's what they did. Weren't we all happier when we just said, hey, the Force is the fucking Force. It's magic. The Force just works. Everybody was like, oh, okay, you know, the Force. Got it. Fucking magic. And then he had to go and explain it with fucking midichlorians, and everybody hated him forever. You should have just left it with the hand wave, George. We were all cool with the hand wave. You didn't have to fucking explain it, bro. So we could get in that room, but we can't get out of it. Alright, let's see what this does. What does flipping this switch do? Apart from being the most irritating switch flipping mechanic of all time, and that it requires 2 parts, that powers the electromagnet. Okay, well, we can use that with this cube, then. We'll just take this over here and chuck it in. There you go. We'll grab this and drive it over there. So we now have a way to trigger the switch whenever we wish. I can trigger the switch whenever I wish. What's up here, by the way? Anything? Windows. Well, the first puzzle we got to was solved by fucking throwing something through a window, so why wouldn't the last puzzle be solved in the same way? Can't steal that. There is a camera over there. Let's see what's in this room before we go wandering around. We have a way to see the Tom robot. Okay. We should probably let the Tom robot drive through this first, because I got a feeling we're going to need it over here. We could, I mean, we could haul it through by main force if we wanted, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. So we could do this by flipping the switch or by breaking the beam, huh? If I'm down in that hole and break the beam, though, I'm not going to be able to see shit. Is there another way to power that? Nope. That's, I mean, it's literally the only way. Alright, flip the stupid switch in, again, the most gratingly irritating fucking switch mechanic of all time. Oh, this is... Alright, right. Gotta be on first. Sorry. Sorry. Wrong switch. I psychofraculated it. I forgot how many switches there were in total. And now Captain Amazing has been psychofraculated. We should just start it over. Should have listened to the Blue Raja, but didn't. I cannot control Tom in this fashion. Because there's no way for me to get eyes on Tom. Unless... Can that other camera see him? Nope. Well, I've muddied my own plans a bit, admittedly. Although then again, here's the thing. I can just pick this up. So I need that to be on. I hate... Please, just let me fucking flip a goddamn switch, game. Is that too much to ask to let me actually just be capable of flipping a fucking switch? Also, what does this do again? Oh, there's a conveyor belt. Maybe we do need Tom in the hole, or the box in the hole. One of the two. Now, because only I can flip the switch. You know what? I think Tom goes in the hole. And I hope that's right, because I have literally no fucking way to undo that now. I suppose I could fetch him out with the magnet. Well, that got me through. I just shut that off. I cannot flip that. No, we have to get the Tom robot. Fuck me, we gotta get Tom over here. Okay. So I need the Tom robot over here. Somehow. That's, well, that's gonna be a neat trick. I suppose we could use the Tom rope. Actually, wasn't there a camera? There's this camera, which can see the switch, but can't actually flip it. Only Tom can flip that switch. So we've got to get Tom in line of sight of the thing. We could use control. Alright, we should be able to reset this puzzle. At least this one isn't all fucked up where we can't reset it. If we do this, we grab this, we can pick up the Tom unit. There we go. Alright, drop them. Flip that. Okay. So we definitely have to have something in here that's breaking the beam. That's a given. Something's got to be in here breaking this beam. I suppose it could be us. No, because we can't get control of the Tom unit. Unless we park it by the edge, I suppose. Ah, that's how we do it. Okay, got it. So we stick Tom, like, right here. We take Anna. That thing's already on the switch where it needs to be. Now we got to power this deal. Okay. Then we take our own dumbass and plumb it into here after controlling the Tom unit. And Anna should be... Yeah, she's breaking the beam. Sorted. Then we flip this stupid thing. Power goes on. Light is green, trap is clean, ghost is incarcerated here in our custom-made storage. What happens if I go through with Tom? Literally nothing. Alright then. We could just climb out of this hole though, right? I mean, there was definitely a ladder out of the hole, was there not? Yes. So long, Tom. See you in hell. I'm blowing this pop stand. I'm never coming back to Europa. This planet is shit. I'm tired. I'm tired of the Turing test. Also, I think I've definitely passed. No computer could have so thoroughly deconstructed the shittiness of this story. That's how... That was the Perfidious Pete Turing test. See? I went full meta on this. I flipped the Turing test on its head. I proved that I am not a robot by artfully deconstructing the shittiness of this particular narrative.
Ava, you made it.
Yeah, congratulations. We're all trapped in whatever dump this is. Why is this the end of civilization? Also, who's speaking, by the way? And where are you? Where is Sarah? She's probably a robot! Ooh, spooky. So what is this shit supposed to do? We're supposed to get in through this? Okay. So we've got some unusual logic gates here and not enough pieces for the gate. We've got that, which goes up and down. What happens if we take that away? Well, we're never getting up that any way other than via ladder because it doesn't go high enough. Here, hold this for a minute. I'll be back. I'm gonna go see what's down this tunnel.
2 weeks ago, we discovered an organism here. Buried in this ice, we found an organism that repairs DNA.
Yeah, that's actually not that remarkable, Sarah.
A cure for aging. A cure for death, immortality.
And again, the ability to live for a very long time is not the same as being immortal.
Tom wants to bury us here with it.
Well, I don't know. You're immortal now, so can he really be buried? Wouldn't you just... He's sort of delaying you at best. See, this is the problem and how we know that you are not immortal. Because ultimately, if locked in whatever shitty dump this is for a long enough time, you'll go insane and kill yourselves. That's the problem with immortality. It's only... you know, it's not. Immortality is not. That's the thing. So if we put this here and steal this... This is not connected to anything. None of these are connected to shit, actually. None of this powers this door at all. What is the purpose of this, then? Why is this even here? Is this just decoration? I mean, we could do this. I think this is just decoration. Never mind. I thought there was one final puzzle, but it turns out it's just a really, really, really slow walk into the final cutscene. I wondered if they even bothered making models of the other characters. I'd sincerely doubt it. Why would you bother? Why build an asset you're never going to need? They needed the two-dimensional models of the characters. Why did it get really, really slow there in the middle, but then suddenly we're back to full speed again? What the fuck is this all about? Why is that a mechanic? What, do they want me to be like Action Champ walk away and I have to be really slow because I'm too cool to look at an explosion? Is that what you're doing here, the Turing Test? It's a very odd design choice. Also, we can sprint, which I haven't been doing through the... And suddenly I'm back into Molasses Town. And also incapable of controlling my own foot speed. Is this another non-puzzle puzzle? It's another non-puzzle puzzle. Just... Why did you put this shit here at all?
We have transgressed ethical boundaries by exposing ourselves to this organism.
I'm pretty sure if you discovered an organism that could make people immune to disease and aging, the ISA would not chastise you for exposing yourself to it. I'm pretty sure they'd be fully fucking stoked because the ISA would stand to make literally unlimited wealth from harnessing that organism. That's the stupidest shit of all time. Just walk towards the light. Somebody gets crushed in a car and pinned in place but can't die. Yeah, this organism seems to have significant drawbacks. Also, seriously, the ISA would be full-on Wayland Yutani all over this shit. They'd be like, oh, we have the secret to immortality now? You know, we could really charge quite a hefty sum for that. There are a lot of people who would probably pay for access to this particular organism. By the way, we fucking control it and all the subsidiary rights. You're going to pay whatever the ISA wants for access to this organism. They would have literally unlimited wealth. The ISA could be the space agency that conquers the galaxy.
A biometric chip with which he can control.
They could actually... Hey, would you guys shut up? I'm riffing. I'm trying to rip your story apart here.
Into your every nerve, every fiber of your hand.
Yeah, you want to shut up for a minute? Because I'm telling you how the ISA would actually play this.
Temporarily disturbed, but to remove its influence permanently, it must be taken from your hand.
Or you could just cut your hand off. Or arguably take the chip out. I suppose that's actually a more reasonable compromise.
Do you want me to set you free?
No, I want to continue ripping this story apart, dude. Don't set me free yet.
Yes.
God damn it. I got railroaded in the decision as well? Fuck you, Turing Test. Anyway, here's the thing. Here's what the ISA could do. They would have access to unlimited wealth, basically, because they could use the organism to get all of the funding they would ever really want. Then they could recruit people by promising her. They'd be like, okay, you want to go colonize space? Fine. We'll make you functionally immortal and also, therefore, immune to many of the problems in space travel because you don't have to worry about atrophy of your muscles or loss of bone density or death from massive doses of ionizing radiation. You're now the ultimate colonist, but in order to do that, you have to agree to work for the ISA. And what we're going to assign you to do is go fucking colonize other planets in the solar system.
Endless illness, sickness, poverty.
This isn't the destruction of mankind, it's its salvation, and it's also would be the fucking key to unlimited galactic domination.
Not if I stop.
You wouldn't even have to worry about the travel time between planets. You'd be like, you know, it's 6.5 light years to get there. You'd be like, fuck, it's gonna take us 200 years to get there. I don't fucking care, I'm immortal. It's not like I'm gonna die on the way. The ISA is playing this all fucking wrong. They just got it all topsy-turvy. This terrible writing, Turing Test. Just bad. You have done a bad job. Your story does not fucking make sense from fundamental key principles. I want to be angrier at you, but I didn't pay for this game. So I can't be that angry. Oh, they're going into the server room. Look out, because that's where you would keep your organism. Also, it really seems like if there were a Faraday cage here that was...
You must not leave Europa. I will do the right thing. I will stop you.
No, I'm not going to, because it doesn't make any fucking sense, Tom.
A warning shot. I will defend myself.
No, I won't. At this point, Tom, death is the only fucking self-respecting thing you can do. Let them kill you, Tom.
This is my mind.
I wonder what happens if I just kill one of them.
Now you know how it feels.
I feel afraid.
You don't feel... you know what? The game wants me to try and make some kind of choice here, but you know what? I don't give enough of a shit to even bother left-clicking the mouse button to murder someone. Just do it. I don't care. You have a choice. You get to decide what the fate is. You could kill the colonists or not. They're already dead. They're all already dead. The story here has murdered everything in me that was good. Are you done yet? Am I dead? Please, hurry the fuck up and finish me off. For the love of Mike. Also, Tom is just objectively wrong about this organism destroying humanity, which is why I'm not firing. Because, again, this organism is not the death of humanity. It's its absolute and total fucking salvation. Tom is, as usual, 180 fucking degrees wrong on his assumptions. Congratulations, I passed the Turing test. Yeah, by deconstructing your terrible fucking story, David Jones, Kevin Chandler, Kieran White, Alex Korkidis, Howard Philpott, Joe Brammer, and Nathan Knight. And frankly, Nathan Knight, I fucking expected better of you, sir. I expected better of you, Nathan Knight. Faye Smith, Tito Belgrave, Adam Griffiths, James Tatum, and David Kiemeyer. I didn't give a shit about those guys. I wasn't expecting anything. But Nathan Knight, I expected better. Somewhere, William Faulkner just rolled over in his grave because his last name appeared in this game. And he's, in any way, shape, or form, he's ashamed to have been affiliated with something so poorly constructed from a storytelling standpoint. That man wrote As I Lay Dying, and also his name got tagged onto this shit. Thanks to Annie Jones, thanks to Alex Priest, thanks to Dr. Thorster Allers of University of Nottingham. Apparently he's not actually an accredited doctor, or his doctorate is not in philosophy. Maybe actually he's a doctorate of, like, robotics or something, which I suppose would make more sense. Penny Brammer, Lauren Collingwood, Jennifer Teest, all of you bear some personal responsibility for the nightmare that is this game. All of you are fucking complicit in this piece of shit. Don't fucking Shanghai caffeine into your bullshit, by the way, either. Creators of the Turing test. Caffeine did nothing to you. Caffeine doesn't fucking deserve that sort of slander. That's not cool, guys. That's not cool at all. Seriously though, why would I don't understand why anyone would choose to kill them. I really don't. The organism that they're also worried about is not going to destroy humanity. Like I said, it actually is more likely to save it. And it's definitely what a corporation or business entity would use it for. The ISA would never have given the order of, oh, don't bring the immortal particle back. No, that's got to stay on Europa. They would be like, we have the immortal particle. Get that shit back to Earth as soon as fucking possible. Oh, the robot is trying to stop you for some bizarre reason. Well, blow that fucking piece of garbage up. Clearly it's malfunctioning. That robot's gotta go. You guys gotta get this particle back to us as quickly as possible. And bring as many samples as you can get your filthy hands on. Square Enix is all about doing stupid shit these days. I don't know, you say that, but actually Square Enix, from a storytelling standpoint, has a reasonable track record. I don't know, I haven't played a Square Enix game probably in maybe 10 years. I don't know, maybe their reputation has gone to total shit, but I remember the story from the first several Final Fantasy games being relatively good. Then again, Square Enix was responsible for Final Fantasy The Spirits Within. So you know what? Yeah, they clearly have stepped off the ledge. They've gone over. They've gone bad. The expiration date on Square Enix has passed. Its sell-by date or best used-by date probably has gone over. Squaresoft was good, but Square Enix is garbage. You probably know more about it than me, chat, because honestly, I don't really play a lot of Square games. So what next? That's a good question, chat. Oh, I think we should replay the Turing test, because this strikes me as a game that a lot of replay value now. I couldn't even fucking finish that live without laughing at myself.